up for the first Friday stream. Yeah. Right, well, I'm going to be playing Besieged. And possibly Skyrim later. It entirely depends on if Sam gets back from school in time. Right, so we're Besieged. Actually, I don't want this map. This map's a bad map. For what I want to be doing, I want to be doing, yes, this one. Building a plane, building a plane. Right, I think we start with this, through these on, connect them above it all up, throw some wings on. Oh crap. Right. Drop the weight down. Move it up. So that's pretty level, which is nice. Let's do this like this. Automatic reversed. Max speed. Nope. Automatic. Right, so that's a good start. Shite. We got the wibble wobbles. Right, cool, we fix it. What do we want to throw on it? Oh, what's up with my fucking scroll wheel? Right. Yeah, that's what I want. Right, throw that there, throw that there. Actually, do I want to center it? Possibly. If I do that and go springs, I think I should be able to control the pitch. I don't entirely remember. No, arrow keys. Oh, right. Plug that into there. Plug that into there. That's kind of what I want. Sort of. Not really, but we'll deal with it. Throw that on the back. Throw that on the back. Get rid of that. They should pull it back into place. Actually, no, I don't want that. I want it on top. Strengthen these. It's a bit better. Right, now we should probably lower the weight on all of these so they're not too heavy. Right, that is that. More power would be next. Hey, and we have some really rudimentary form of flight. It certainly likes to wobble. Right, let's accept. hopefully yes, it does something probably, except whoa, I think I made it worse, made it. Can't say I've ever seen this before. Right. Let's pop that off. Oh shit. Pop that off. Pop that off. Right, so remove those. Put new ones here. Minimize the weight on it. Up. Right, I'm not getting enough pull. I need to be stronger. Max it out and see how all that works. Yeah, it pulled up ever so slightly. Okay, pulled up a lot. Maybe we need, yeah, what we'll do is we will grab this, slam it there, slam it there, tweak this, put toggle mode on these. Ah, fuck, right, toggle mode on these. Ta-da! Yeah, pitch it down slightly, but it's slightly more controllable, and then I can okay, so it either pitches up or pitches down. It's an improvement, possibly. We need to add roll. Right, what's the best way of doing roll? Oh, if this works, I'm gonna laugh my head off. Right. What do I want? So if I want to roll to the right, I want this to be right, and that to be right, and that to be left, and that to be left. Oh shit. Right. So let's not do that. Huh, actually, maybe I do that. Some of the other planes I've built, I'll show you, let me save this. As you probably just saw there, this one. Okay, so that's how I did it on this one. How much did this one fly again? I don't remember. Okay, so this one just flies. Got some nice cinematic cameras on it though. And the other one is this one, which can take off from the ground, I believe? Yes. Okay, so this one rolls incredibly slowly, but it works better, I would say, possibly, probably not. If I remember correctly, this one kind of landed. Yeah, okay. But there's no steering once you're on the ground. So I had to have doing that right. So what if I do the steering on this a bit differently, other than just using fans? Do you reckon I could see? Okay, I'm doing that first because that's a genius idea by Moi. now that I've done that, if I pull them off, go down to this, slap this on the end, go back to this. First of all, how does it fly? Right. As about as well as you would expect. So this monstrosity too. Right, if we... Right, I can't see what the hell's going on. Alright, I need to... Right, I need to do that. And then set these strengths to 10. Right, profile this now. If we lock it in place. Yeah, they still wobble, but I think that's manageable. And it stopped the pitching problem. Right, I saw that. It started to freak the fuck out. Right, we can fix that. To doing this. Right. Yeah, that seemed to do the trick. Okay, even without it, it's doing the trick. Right. Yeah, but they're rolling on their own, so that's not good. Right, I think if we maybe do this... Wait, come on, come on. You gonna work or you gonna be a piece of crap? There we go. If we pull one of these up to the top, and then we pull one down to the bottom. Wait, where'd that connect? Come on. Thank you. Right, cool. So let's just set one up and we'll see what happens. Right, okay, so we're dealing with a weight problem now. We should be able to fix that by shoving some more wings on this sucker. But we might need to add more thrust, and I'm not sure how to go about that. We're managing, so we got roll, and then it waves at you as it flies off. Right, what I might have to do... Right, first... If I pull this out, pop those off. No, that's going to interfere there. Damn it! Actually, I can fix that. But this might make it really back heavy. But I might better put my wings on, but then... So the steering might not necessarily be at the centre of mass. Oh, not centre of mass. Rear of the mass. Like I was originally hoping for, but I think I'm going to have to live with it. So if we do this, plot this, copy this, then we copy this. Oh shit. Right, so yeah, it's pulling back. Right, so if I lock the steering, yeah, that's really back heavy. Well, first of all, this didn't fucking help. Right, so even with max, like trying to tilt forward, it doesn't work. I still got roll, so that's nice. So it looks like I need to add more weight at the front or more lift it back, which can be accomplished by doing this. I'm happy about it. Let's do that. Throw that on. Throw that on. Throw that on. Throw that on. Right. Work. Of course, it's too heavy now. You know what? Let's just pop these off for a quick second. I'm sure you figured out what I'm doing by now. Right. Throw that into there. Throw that into there. Try to keep the weight down as much as possible. I could have gone up one. I'm just a bloody cabbage. Why did I think it was two? At least I'm being a cabbage now. Right, well let's remove my hideous mistake. Nope. Before we remove my hideous mistake, let's make the mistake slightly more useful. Right. Where was it? It wasn't this one. Because that was right. I thought I was deleting something important for a second. Right, hopefully this is enough for lift. It's still too rear heavy. Right, let's just like slam the weight up on the front. Nope, too much. Let's try one. Oh shit, I'm dealing with wobbling thingies. Right, okay. So this isn't particularly working well, so I'm going to save it. And I'm going to show off the progress I made on these off-road vehicles. Right, yes, overwrite. So if we load up, what was this one? Oh, right, okay. One that I never finished, ironically. Right, where does this connect? Connects to that. Connects to what? Connects to the, okay. So this was an off-road vehicle I was experimenting with. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this. No, test, save, yes, overwrite. Right, we're going to go to the other map. The normal sandbox, yeah, this one. Right, so let's try, okay, this didn't have turning. But, so the idea was, sort of working on suspension. It did a pretty good job. But I found this was too wide and had problems with flipping when trying to go up steep hills, having all the surfaces. So suspension worked alright. After that, I moved on to this. this was the first. This is what I ended up sticking with off-road vehicles up to this point. So normally when you see a vehicle of Besiege, they have suspension blocks. I didn't use those. I used the slider blocks. What this allowed is it didn't sort of act as a cushioning, but it allowed the vehicle to orient, like, go with the land a lot better than it would have otherwise. Of course, it's really easy to build because you don't have to worry about. It keeps it low, so flipping's not a problem. And I put the fans on the top because it would get up here and it would sort of pull itself backwards. A bit hard to show with the fans on, is it? I don't remember what the button to turn the fans off is, but it essentially it would just flip back over the hill backwards. But you see the suspension working as you're up the hill. It's keeping the wheels in contact with the ground, so we're not having a problem with it. We're getting maximum traction for what we're using. Okay, I underestimated the power of the fans. It's a lot better than the bigger vehicles that I built later on. We'll climb up this bit of rock here and we'll go have a look at the version 2 of this, which was amusing. Oh, that's a good word for it. Oh no. Was this? No. So I removed the fans because I thought they were cheating. We'll go faster. Oh yeah, trick with these tank wheels, tank control. If you hold forward and left and right, sometimes it helps you go faster. Right, so this problem with the way I've got the wheels is they tend to slide across the ground a bit too much. I sort of like make it really hard to drive, and they weren't particularly stable this version, so it didn't last for very long before I was on to this one. This is where I started making the wheels look more nice. So instead of having two sets, this was all independent. Each wheel can move on its own, so see, this helped quite a bit with the problem of the wheels having spare stick. But this one had a flaw. If you might be able to see it. When it starts to climb, yeah, the wheels, they weren't particularly rigid, so they would move forward and back ever so slightly, and it was enough for them to catch on the wheel in front or the wheel behind them. So you'd have wheels trying to climb up other wheels, and with this type of suspension that I'm using, it didn't try to counteract that at all. So you had problems of wheels freaking out. We'll see if we can see it. Yeah, that wheel there? No, not that wheel there. So see they start to bounce up randomly. So I went to improve on that, as you would, with this one. So this one sorry about that. So this one increases the sort of slider blocks to 2 of them per wheel, so they couldn't pivot around one of them. And if we stop, like, you can still pull it into them. So if you still smash into anything, you're gonna have the problem of it riding up. But it's a much smoother going over the terrain. A hell of a lot smoother. As you can see, it's sort of not as violent. And yeah, it looks pretty graceful. So where's the spot where I like to climb up? Down here. Right, so we'll try to climb up this. And the benefit with the wheels trying to be pushed down like they are, the way this one works, it sort of helps get over the lips a bit better. But of course, if you go off a cliff, you want actual suspension, not this sort of cheap alternative. Right, let's climb up this. And I'll show what I mean by it. It just like kind of disintegrates. Oh well, it's not too bad. This one, I found problems with this one. This one did break every now and then. So I went, instead of trying to think of a way to incorporate actual suspension blocks, I just thought, more reinforcements. So this one is, yeah, okay, doesn't turn particularly well on train tracks. I need to change the speed of them all. How what would have I haven't tested this? Let's see what will happen. Right, I broke something. Okay, yes, I broke that block out of there, and I broke it off the front. But because I have enough of the other things sort of holding it together, it keeps going. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not going well, but it's still going. So we'll send this up the hill. You see the wheels sort of like extending as they go over the lip, which helps climb it up. So yeah, we've completely destroyed like that front left wheel. Shit, don't go near that dude. He's not good for your vehicle's health. Right. So let's go up here. We'll go up the ramp, and we'll go from there. There you go. Oh yeah, sort of pops the body up of the vehicle whenever you change directions violently. Right, so this vehicle, for improvements, I would want it to work with actual suspension, but I'm not very good at that, and I find it always rides too high at the start. Like, maybe if I was using some of those modding tools to, actually I don't want to go this way yet, so use some of the modding tools to shrink the suspension blocks so I could still run the system, and then instead of having these blocks I could have suspension blocks and have them all joined up to center block, and that might help with sort of some of the more violentness that this vehicle has to deal with. But my whole goal with this was to build the best, like with this one and the planes I've built before, it was more about trying to build a better, building a entirely vanilla vehicle and seeing how good I can get it to work. And I'm pretty proud of what, right, so I've high-centered the front of it and to 3 splitting the back, right. So it's not perfect, but it's still still a pretty good job, right? So let's bounce this down the hill. So, like, I mean, if we flip this back over, it's pretty durable. It does fall apart, but it does hold up some of it better than some of the modded vehicles that are just built for climbing. But then again, this doesn't look particularly nice. Right, so that's that vehicle. And I don't believe there was, oh, right, what's this? Oh, okay. This was for, we're doing one of the levels where you have to kill like 80% of the people and they will run at you. That's what that's for, right? Let's delete this. Right, I'm gonna have a go at making something that I've just thought of and that other people like to make. Right, let's do that. Let's do this. As you can see, I don't like building with wood. Let's connect all this up. If I remember correctly, this gives it very, like, slippery. Let's just give it a quick test. Vacuum block, I haven't used that yet. I'm a tosser. Right, let's actually think this through. Right. I want a steering block. But ideally I would want one that returns to center. The auto steering. Center rather. I'm not gonna do that, that's too much. And I'm lazy. Right, get rid of these so I can do this properly. build a... If I go out to... Just give me plenty of room to work. Let's just quickly connect these up. No, like that. Thank you. No, not symmetry tool. Right. So yes, it does slide very easily. Why did I do that? Ah, that's why. Can I place these up for now? Oh, I can. Huzzah! Steam power. Oh, and this is sad. Right. So that works. I can't spell. Right, so let's build this up. Okay, let's start building this. What was I going to do? No. Okay, no good. There's a Discord link in there if you want to join the server. Crapsicles. I want this. Let's join this up. Join this up. Shove that there. Shove that there. This probably won't pull it along now. Oh, it does a pretty good job. Right, how did I want to do this? I was like, had this amazing idea in my head, and it was going to be bloody perfect, and then I completely forgot about it because I'm a twat. Huzzah! Hell yeah! Did I put them out? Right, so that spins a bit much. How do we fix that? We like shove this down the middle. Honestly, what did I expect? What the hell did I expect? How do we fix this? Like this. Right, that actually makes it really hard to turn. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this. And we're going to... Right. Hopefully we use the right wheels. Shit. Let's use a free hinge and then a Darren thingy and a bunch of 2 connecty blocks. again, I didn't think it through. Right, let's shove this on here. Plug this into this. If it'll work. Hey! Steam powered cart! A really, really bad one though. Maybe I put wheels on the front of it. Oh, but then it's not as... That is not the desired result. Right, let's fix that. If we put this off, put this off, put this off, put this off. Maybe I put wheel on the front? Yeah, I can do this because it drops to the ground. Yes, I can, huzzah. 2 or 3? 2. Yes, 2. Goes into this, into this. And the most crude car I have ever seen. Right. Right, what I'm going to do is this one, this one, this one, this one. Nope, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. This sucks. Right. How do we make this go faster? Like this. Mortar cannons. Oh, I can make it better. They're going to reach it. Yes. The answer to the question is yes. Right. Right, what one's gone out? How did that happen? So I'm putting them out. Right, how do we fix that? I know how we fix that. With rockets. Let's see if this works. No, it does not. It does not work at all. And then it proceeds to explode, of course. Right, just for testing purposes, let's do that. We'll throw it in the back of the ground, which means the rockets are too high, which means that's not going to work, which means I should do something else, but I'm a lazy cunt, so I'm not going to. Right, let's delete that. Destroy. Yes. what to do at the moment. Running out of eyes. Running out of soda, salt the stream. Or delete that, delete that. Delete that. Add that. Add that. Add that. No. Weapons. That. I put that on the wrong way. I'm not flinging it sideways. Jesus Christ. Suspension. Right, now we need... because math is important to me. No, that's not how it works. I swear maths is important to me, I'm just being a cabbage. Suspension, please. That. Yeah. Maximum power. Well, it hops back, so that's something. Okay, what if I put this here, put a suspension block on it? That needs to be out one more. So we'll delete that, put that there. Let's reinforce that, perhaps. In the most crude way possible. Yeah. Right, so now that we've got that bit established, we need more force. Lots more force. Toggle, Control C. Control V, Control V, Control V. Not toggle. Alright, I keep forgetting this is a thing. Ah! Did you all see that? It was exploding because it was accelerating too quickly. Compensate for that. That there. Zoom out. Put the bomb in it. Right. Okay. It worked. Kind of. Right, so let's... I'm an idiot. There's a special item exactly for this. Right, hey, would you look at that? it works. So you gotta give it a second to sit before it explodes. Okay, just give me an idea. Give me an idea, give me an idea, give me an idea, give me an idea. If we raise this up, so and if we go I remember correctly, this used to like make the game have an absolute spaz attack. Well, that was Pistons. That might have been with Pistons. No, I thought it was this too. Can't say I've ever seen that happen before. Right, let's go back to real time. So it doesn't like it at all. What if I like force it this way, or like this way? I broke it. I don't know what the point in that was, but I broke it. Right, I reckon we call it quits here. We've been almost 50 minutes, and so with this, I shall leave you guys.